We'll be looking at separable differential equation. We're going to cover uh, what is the form of a separable differential equation, how do we solve them, and then after that I'll take questions. Okay. Separable differential equations is of the form it is the y dx equal to f of x and then g of what? G of y. So this is a form of a separable differential equation. Your differential coefficient is of fourth order. The highest derivative here is what? It's 1. So this is order 1, okay? And then you have your f of x, g of y. And this expression could take the form of fraction. It could be f of x times what? G of what? G of y. Okay, so that is that into how do we solve separable differential equation? How differential equation? Okay, so if you have your first differential, your first order differential equation equal to f of x g of y. Okay, so what we're going to do is very simple. This is your dy. Okay, so remove this one from here. Okay, remove this one from here, and that will be divide both sides by what? G of y. So, and that will be equal to what? 1 over g of y dy. Okay, and multiply both sides by dx. So that will be equal to what? F of x dx. Okay, then integrate both both sides of the equation. Okay, so let's dive into questions. Okay, and those questions they are past exam questions. Okay, straight away to the questions. Yeah, this is the question we have here. Find the solution that satisfies these differential equations. Okay, and then we have the boundary conditions. Y of 6 equal to 0. Okay, so and the meaning of this is when x is 6, y is what? Y is what? Y is 0. Solution. Okay, so this will be equal to this is what we have y squared plus 1 all over 1 plus x and then x squared minus x 8x plus 15. So how do we know this? We're going to use separable differential equation techniques. That's very simple. What we're going to do is that if you check the question, you realize that it's a function of two variables, f of x and what? G of y. This one is a function of x. This one I circle here. This is a function of x. So this is f of x. And this one alone here is what? Is G of y. So that's what we have. And in this case now, we have G of y, okay? And then we have what? F of x. Then my f of x in this case is a fraction. We have 1 plus x over this one. So that's just that. And I've said that your dy dx, could be fraction also, could be written in this form. It could be written in this form. Or it could also be written in the case we have here. It could also be written in the form of g of y times what? F of x. And in this case now, your f of x is what? Is a fraction. Okay? This y squared plus 1, we can take it out from that place. And how do we remove it from here? It's just by dividing both sides of the equation by y squared plus 1. And by so doing, it will leave this place. So we now have 1 over y squared plus 1, close the bracket, dy. Then here you have 1 plus x over x squared minus 8x plus 5, close the bracket also. This is what? This is then multiply both sides by dx. So dx will leave this side, then you have it here. Okay. Then the next thing to do, you can introduce your integration, integrate both sides of the equation. Okay, so that's what we have done now. So we now look at the expression we have here. Look at this, the right hand side. Let's check the right hand side. The right hand side, the integral of 1 plus x all over s squared minus 8x plus 5. Okay. First observation, we realize that the degree, the power of the numerator is lower to that of the denominator. That's very good. So that means we are not going to do polynomial division. Then the next thing we'll do now, can we check this one? Can we factorize s squared minus 8x? Let's check that. If we can factorize it. Yeah. So this will be equal to integral of what? 1 plus x into brackets. Yeah, what we have is this is 15. This is 15. This is 1, 5. So if you check now, look at this quadratic expression. The product here, if you take this one, s squared minus 8x plus 15, okay? This your s squared, you can pair into 2, 1 here, 1 here. And then the factors of 15 is what? Factors of 15 is 5 and 3, 15 and 1. So we need a factor that, we need two factors that when you multiply them or you subtract, it must give you what? Minus 8. So how do we use 3 and 5 to get minus 8? So that would be what? Minus 5. Minus what? Minus 3. And when you multiply those two factors, minus 5, minus 3, it will give you back your what? Your plus what? Your plus 15. So that one is done. So in that case now, if we are succeeded to factorize, this will be x minus what? X minus 5 into bracket what? X plus what? X minus 3. Okay? We have done that. We have factorized this denominator. So it is now a linear what? A linear factor. Okay? And when you have a linear factor like that, then when your denominator can be factorized, okay, and it turns to a linear expression, then you can resolve into what? Partial fraction. So this will be equal to 1 plus x all over s squared minus 8x plus 15 equal to what? Equal to integral of what? So that will now become a over one of the linear factor, then plus b over another linear factor that we have there. So then you can put your the element of integration, your dx there. So that's just that. And I will put a link in the descriptions on more videos, because on this channel we have dealt with integrations that involve partial fractions. So I'll put one of the links for that video so you can watch and get in-depth understanding on integrations that involve partial fractions. Can we take that fraction out? Take the fraction out. 1 plus x all over s squared minus 8x plus 15. Take that fraction out. If you take the fraction out, we've already established that we have a over x minus 5 plus what? B over x minus 3. We've already established that. Okay? Remove the integration for now. Let's solve it. So once we get the a and b, then we can replace the integration. So this is what we have. So next thing you do is to multiply through by the common factor. That's what? S squared minus 8x plus 15, which is same thing as what? X minus 5 into bracket what? X minus 3. So multiply through the equation by that common factor. So that means the left hand side times this common factor. Then you have 1 plus what? 1 plus x. Here also, here you don't have to waste your time. Just cross multiply this one times this one. That's what? A into bracket x minus 3, then plus b, this one times this one. B into bracket x minus 5. Okay? Likewise, if you don't want to do it that way, just multiply this one by that common factor. So x minus 5 is here, It's easier, so it will cancel out. You have s minus 3. So do the same thing also for this one also. So in partial fraction, what we do to get the a or the b or whatever constant you have is very simple. Want to use elimination method, find a way of cancelling part of that expression and get the other one. So this is s minus 3. So I can say let x be equal to what? 3. So this expression here will cancel and I can get what? I can get b. So that will be equal to 1 plus 3, that's 4, equal to here, that will be what? 3 minus 5, that's minus 2, b. So b is equal to what? B is equal to 4 over minus 2. And that's what? That's minus 2. Then the next thing I can do also is for me to also find a way of cancelling b. So let x be equal to what? 5. And that will give me 1 plus 5, that's 6. And then this one, 5 minus 5, so this one is gone. We have 5 minus 3, that's 2, 2a. So a is what? A is 6 over 2. And that's what? That's 3. So we've gotten a, we've gotten b. So the next thing to do now is to go back to our integration. Go back to our integration. Go back to integration. So if you go back to the integration, you can now introduce now integration 1 plus x over x minus 5 into bracket x minus 3. Don't forget that this one is same thing as what? S minus 5, x minus 3. And that's equal to integral of what? Open your bracket. Your a is what? Your a is 3, so that's 3 into bracket x minus 5, and then plus my b is what? My b is minus 2, so it will minus 2 1 over x minus 3 dx. Okay, so so that will give me, if you do that, that will give me integral of this. Now when you have integral of sum of functions, it will be integral of each of those functions. It will be integral of this, integral of this, and this one will be what? Integral of you can take this 3 outside, that will be 3 integral of 1 over x minus 5. Okay, dx. Then this one will be what? Minus 2 can be taken outside, minus 2 plus times minus times a minus, and 1 over x minus 3 dx. Okay, then don't forget that the integral of 1 over x is what? ln x. Okay, and in the techniques for solving integrations, method for solving integrations, I'll also put the link there. I said that when you had a constant, or you subtract a constant from that variable, it doesn't change the form of the results. It doesn't change the form of the results. So that will be equal to, you see the same thing as well, ln what? X minus what? Minus 5. So whether you add or you subtract, either plus or minus, it doesn't change the form of the result. Okay, so in this case now, so this will be equal to 3 ln x minus 5, and then minus 2 ln 2 ln x minus 3. Okay, so that's for the right hand side, and then plus c. So I'm done with the right hand side. So the left hand side, so we now have now integral of what? Integral of 1 over y squared plus 1 dy, which is the left hand side, equal to what? Equal to. I've already gotten my right hand side, so I'll just plug in that. So, and that will be equal to 3 ln x minus 5, then minus 2 ln x minus 3 plus c. Then this one, integral of this is a direct table. Integral of 1 over y squared plus 1, that will be arctan, inverse function arctan y. Okay, equal to what? Equal to 3 ln x minus 5, and then minus 2 ln x minus 3, then plus c. Okay, we have a boundary condition y of 6 equals to 0. So this implies that when x is what? When x is 6, y is what? Y is 0. Okay, so let's plug that. So that will be arctan 0. I think that will be 0 equal to 3 ln 6 minus 1 minus 5. That's arctan, that's ln 1. That's 1. 6 minus 5, that's 1. So ln 1, that one is 0. Okay, then minus 2 ln this one, 6 minus 3, that's a 3, that's ln 3. That's ln 3. Okay, plus what? Plus c. So we can move this one to the other side, and that will be equal to what? That will be equal to c equal to 2 ln 3. Okay, so that's the c. And if you want to go further, this is equal to ln 3 squared, which is what? Ln what? Ln 9. So we've gotten the c value. So we can just go back here. You can come back to this place and do the final stop there. And that will be equal to arctan. Come back here and substitute for c. So that will be arctan y equal to 3 ln x minus 5 minus 2 ln x minus 3, and then plus ln 9.